where I was at this one point. And I'm just going to start out with that. I called it My Place. You don't have to understand it yet. It'll make sense in a minute. So it says, I was on a dock above a body of water. On this dock, I am close to God. In the water under the dock, there is crude oil mixed with the water. In that water and oil is Satan. He is constantly thrashing me and my feet, always trying to grab me. Then he gets a grip on me and pulls me against the dock. I kick and squirm and resist him for years. Then I, tired of resisting, stop, and he puts a heavy chain around my foot and lets it drag me into the water. I let him. I don't resist. I allow him to do this. I am dragged until I regret my decision and grab the side of the dock just before I go completely under. This is my opportunity to pull myself back onto the dock and back into the Father's presence. But I wait too long. I don't feel so bad in the water. I start to get comfortable and enjoy it. Without realizing it, I let go of the dock and start sinking. I reach the bottom and look around. I start to like it, start to love it. I then look up and can barely see through the oil. I see light and the Father's presence. They become dimmer and dimmer from my perspective. Only from my perspective, though. Under the will. I start to miss the Lord, His great presence. I start to push and swim upwards, only to have just realized that Satan had attached heavy weights to my chains, preventing me from reaching the surface. Not to mention that I'm swimming through thick oil. So, this is a testimony of chains being broken. In this, I said, Satan put chains on me. He did. They're gone now. Okay.
Thank you.
So for many, many years, I was lied to by Satan for so long. Like the fourth grade, it's been a long time. You know, I'm in 11th grade now. So.
It's okay.
You defeat the enemy by the blood of the Lamb and the power and words of your testimony.
Yeah.
And don't love yourself more. Let go.
So Satan used to tell me and give me these thoughts and give me these desires that I thought were of me, but they were just his evil plan. It was that I was a homosexual, and that I thought that and he told me I wanted that for my life. I really didn't. I knew it was wrong all the time, but it was just something I'd been lied to for so long. And until, I guess I'd kept that in myself, not let anyone know, and just kind of hid it from the world. Only me and God and Satan knew. I guess it had to get bad before it got good. It had to get even worse than it already was by it actually telling people and not telling the right people. I didn't tell my mom first or anything. I told some other people, and it got worse. And it wasn't just a thought anymore. It was something that was out in the world. But because of that, I felt so convicted about it and so wrong because it is wrong. There's many, 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 many places in the Bible where Jesus says against it in Romans and different places. So It didn't, like, a while ago, a couple months ago, I did tell my mom, and it even didn't get better then. I had to go through some more stuff, but it does get better because, in like this whole time, I had thought of, or like recently after it got worse, and I was pursuing the Lord because I wanted the Lord's presence. I didn't want what Satan had for me. I wanted what God had for me because I've always been called to missions. And 2015 I knew the Lord's plan for me because then I was a prophet named David Wagler prophesied over me that I would be a greater prophet than him. And so I knew God's plan for me, and because of God's plan for me, I knew that that's not what was right. I couldn't be a prophet. I couldn't be a missionary and do that too. It doesn't make sense. You can't dance with two masters.
That's
Or,
right. Benjamin
Drink from
Cole.
two chalices or whatever they're called. You know, the big cups. So, just recently, I had to cut some stuff out. Like, I felt like the Lord was telling me, you gotta cut stuff out. And I've always recently said that, like I just said earlier. Matthew 5:30. 29 through 30. I'm gonna read that. So if your eye, even your good eye, causes you to lust, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than it is for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your hand, even your stronger hand, causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. Now, I'd always kind of like thought, like, so I need to cut my arm off or something. That doesn't make any sense. Or cut my foot off. It doesn't. But no, it's not. You know, Jesus liked to talk in parables, and this is his words. And so it's not talking about directly cutting your eye out or gouging your eye out or cutting your right hand off. You cut ties off. You cut, even if it hurts, you gotta cut people off that cause you to sin, that cause you to go back and run back to Satan. Even when you've had so much progress in the Lord, you can't let. Like, I asked the Lord to make it better. Lord, help me. But then I'd turn around and go the other way. And I wanted him to do all the work. Because, you know, like, you extend your hand and he comes to get you. Like, with our skip, you reach. And that's when the Jesus comes. Because you have to show an effort. Because we have free will. And
Come on now.
You gotta use your free will.
That's right.
To go back to God. And he'll come and get you. He'll meet you halfway. So you gotta meet him halfway. So it's not talking about your eye or your arm. It's talking about cutting people off. So I did that just recently. I deleted Snapchat because that brought me so much trouble. Because it's so easy. It's so easy just to talk to someone or to do something simple. Cut people off that cause me to go back to sin. And sometimes it's tough because you see the person every day or you see people every day that do that. But isn't our God worth it?
Yes.
Come on.
Isn't our God worth that relationship?
Come on, babe. Yes, yes, yes.
Just like with the past, when that Wednesday, you had to cut your friend off. You gotta have to do it. That's what it takes. Why? Because God's worth it. So did that just recently, and it so much better, so much fire.
Yeah.
So good, so good. So that's what Matthew 5:29 through 30 is telling you. Cut people off. Look at God. Don't turn around. Don't look back. So our God's worth it. He deserves glory. So that, what you call it, a poem, the thing I wrote earlier, there's a second part to it that I wrote a couple months later. It says, after a while, I thought I had broken the chain. Satan used to pull me down. I didn't, because I didn't cut anything off. I was like, hey God, can you fix this? Sits there not doing anything. After a while, I thought I had broken the chain Satan used to pull me down. I even climbed back on the dock by myself a few times. That was just Satan making me think that I was okay, when really I wasn't. But each time, because it happened multiple times, because of my love to please man, I jumped off the dock, only with mild hesitation. What's better? Man, humans, what they think of you, what God thinks of you. Who do you want to please, God or man? Very simple. So, because of my love to please man, I jumped off the dock, only with mild hesitation. But just recently, I've been faithfully pursuing God in His great light. I am giving Him my battles. God, I hope you fight my battles. I am letting Him fight for me. He is the only way I will get out of this darkness. I have faith in the Lord, our God, to win for me. Restoration, hallelujah. I am chainless and on the dock. No, on the mountaintop. Not on the dock, not there where Satan can grab me. I am away from him. So I'm on a mountaintop, praising and worshiping God. He stuck his hand in the water and grabbed my extended hand and pulled me out of the darkness and into his glory. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. So whatever you're going through, whatever thing you're doing, it might not be homosexuality or that anything like that. It could be something simpler, but sin is sin.
That's
still.
right. That's right.
Sin is sin. If that sin is causing you to grow in God, where would I be if I would have not listened to that sin?
Ooh.
Right now, I've been, I can only imagine. If you have a sin like that, or you have a relationship like that, even a friendship, somebody that's bringing you down, somebody that's always cussing, and somebody that's, I don't know, smoking weed or something, cut them out, because our God is worth it. You got to get away from them, because don't you want what the Lord has for you?
Yes.
Why would you not? Even if it hurts. Our God's always there. He'll never let you down. So if you have something like that, it's time to let go. It's time to cut it out. It's time to look forward, not look back. Your Heavenly Father loves you so much, more than that person could, more than that thing could, more than that drug could, more
That's
than
right.
anything else can.
Amen, Ben.
Just gotta look at God. Extend your hand. He'll come and get you.
That's right.
He'll come and get you. Just gotta let him. Actually let him. Like, you can't just say it and like, hey, can you